Hello everyone at All Things Irish. We're really glad that you stopped by today, and we would like to talk about some of our beaters. Now, the drums that we sell do come with beaters, and I'd like to talk about those beaters a little bit. Now, the beaters that do come with our drums are extremely lightweight. They have the traditional ball end like this, and they are just excellent for learning because you don't have a heavy beater weighing your arm down, so you get more time to practice when you're beginning by using these. So if you're new to playing Bodhran, we do recommend that you stay with these beaters for at least a few weeks. Let your arm get used to the motion of playing the drum. And even for the younger ones, the smaller size drums such as the 12 and 15 come with this size beater. So even for children, it makes for a good beater all around. So it's the most recommended thing when you're beginning. But as you progress after a few weeks, you may want to try other things, and so I'm going to talk about some of the beaters that we do. We have a pretty wide range of beaters, but there's three that are kind of the key ones a lot of people seem to be interested in, so we'll talk about those. Now, the first beater I'll talk about is this one here. It's very similar to the ones that come with the Bodhran, only it's just this little tiny bit shorter, and it's got a thinner shaft to it. Being that the ball ends are bigger too, you can see the size difference. This one's got a much bigger ball end, this is a little bit smaller. So when you're playing with this, being that there's such a big end on each side and such a thin shaft, it ends up having a very good snap to it, and it's made of a heavier wood. It's not terribly heavy because they have shaved so much off of the center, but being that it is a heavier wood, you get a little bit more of a thump from your drum by using these slightly heavier beaters. Also, the larger ends create for a more rounded out tone. It's very soft, where the lighter weight small ball beaters, they're good for beginning, they don't always have the best tone at the start. So as you progress, definitely try and move up to something like this. It's highly recommended. Here's something that's a similar design. It's a bit shorter than that one. It's a step down in terms of size, but it's also meant for adults or for younger Bodhran players. This has a much thicker shaft to it, but it has a really thin divot in the middle here for a grip. But again, it also has the same bulked out end to it, and it creates a very, 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 very soft sound. And this is probably one of the heaviest beaters that we do. It's got a lot of weight to it. So that's a little bit about that one. For beginners to advanced to intermediate, it doesn't matter, anywhere from start to finish in between, this seems to be a good all-around beater. Now this beater weighs a good bit more than the starter beater, but not by a whole lot. It's kind of in between our heaviest and our lightest. It's got an excellent weight to it. Being that there's no grip, it makes it kind of nice for experimenting where you want to play. A lot of people like to try it up higher or try it just in the middle. And so some people will take rubber bands and they'll make their own grips in the middle and do things like that. And other people love that it is just plain. So it's kind of it's a neat beater that you can kind of change to your own likings, but also the fact that it's so round. It's not the ball round. The ball round gives the beater weight. When you're playing with a beater like this, the ball end tends to drop into the head a little bit more, where this one feels a little bit more like the beater you're going to be starting with, but it has a much better tone. And the wood that it's made out of, again, I mentioned the weight. It's not real heavy, but it's not real light at all. It's got a very good balance to it. It's a very, very well-balanced beater. You can balance it on your thumb. So I recommend these if you're just looking to experiment with something different, or you want something that you know won't fail you. That's an excellent way to go. So one of the other things that we do offer with the Bodhrans as far as accessories is we do have carrying cases, which you'll find on our website, and those are great for keeping your drum out of the weather. And we also do conditioning cream. The conditioning cream that we sell is specifically designed by Waltons for the Bodhrans, and it really does wonders in terms of if you live in a harsh environment and you need to keep moisture from getting into the drum, or if you're in a dry spot and you don't want that moisture to keep coming out of the drum and tuning it to very high pitches. Just a quarter size of this once a month, put on the drum on each side and rubbed in, and then you let it dry before you play it. It does help a whole lot, and it's highly recommended if you're looking to take real good care of your Bodhran. So these are all available on our website. We're really glad you guys checked us out. We're going to see you around the website, we hope, and we'll talk to you soon.